Yo, what is up guys? This is Pedro here. So today I'm going to be talking about the Washington football team making Ryan Kerrigan and Ryan Anderson available for a trade. So I'll talk about if I think they will be traded and if I think they should be traded in this video. If you guys are new, subscribe for Washington and NFL content. So let's get right into the video, and remember, check out House of Hoodies. Use code Pedro for 15% off. They got some insane NFL jersey hoodies. So it was reported by Albert Breer a couple of days ago, and I'll read it right here. Washington D-end and outside linebackers Ryan Kerrigan and Ryan Anderson are available for trade, according to Albert Breer. It would have to be a pretty good offer for Washington to part with Kerrigan, which likely won't happen. So I agree. It would take a really good offer, at least a fourth-round pick in my opinion. Maybe they would do it for a fifth to trade Ryan Kerrigan, and we want Ryan Kerrigan to be on the Washington football team for his career. I mean, he's been with us his whole career, and he's had a solid year this year. He's had 4 sacks this year, and he hasn't been getting much playing time. And 4 sacks in the playing time he's getting, his sack rate is insane. He's been playing really, really good. And if you look at, he was just so consistent from 2014 to 2018, almost every single year he got double-digit sacks, and he's been a beast for us. And especially he's a good guy for the culture. He's a good leader, and I think we could get him for a little bit of a cheaper deal this offseason and keep him around. And I think he's a guy that we should keep around unless we get a really, really good offer. It's probably not worth it to trade Ryan Kerrigan, but maybe a fourth or a fifth I would do it. Everson Griffin from the Cowboys, who's a pretty good pass rusher, he got traded for a sixth. I would not do it for a sixth at all. And then when we talk about Ryan Anderson, personally, I would like to move on from Ryan Anderson if you can get something. And we'll talk about possible trades in a couple minutes. But Ryan Anderson really hasn't produced this year. And last year he was a beast and did have five forced fumbles, but he hasn't really had a huge role on this team. And I think on other teams he could be a starter or possibly just get more playing time. Here he just hasn't gotten much playing time, and he hasn't had the production we thought he would be able to have. He's a second-round pick, and I think you could potentially get a late-round pick for him, and I think that would be worth it because, like I said, hasn't been playing amazing for us, or hasn't been playing much for us. And, we might move on from him after this season. So if you can get a fifth, 6th, or 7th round pick for him, likely a 6th or a 7th, I think that would be a pretty good deal. And, you could use that 6th or you could use that 7th to trade for a receiver, maybe John Ross or, Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones is probably going to be more than a 6th, but, use that draft capital to either save for the future or use that on a player this year. But I would try to move on from Ryan Anderson just because he's a free agent after this year, and I think you could possibly get something for him, and it wouldn't be a big blow to our team because he hasn't produced. So you would be playing Chase and Montez. And then after that, you got Kerrigan if we keep him, and I think we will. And then after that, you can either put Nate Orchard in, any of these other edge rushers, James Smith-Williams if he's healthy. So I think it's fine if we trade Ryan Anderson. And so a realistic trade would be maybe we get a 6th or 7th round pick for him. Like I said, I would do that in a heartbeat. Ryan Kerrigan, again, I just don't think the market is there's a good market for him. I think teams aren't willing to give up what we want from him. So what I've been hearing from a lot of different people is that most likely he will be staying on Washington unless they, give him a good offer. They like his leadership. He's been playing pretty well this year too. So they're going to probably keep him. We'll see about Ryan Anderson. Maybe you can Fabian Moreau. I would trade him for a late round pick, and then also possibly Dwayne Haskins. But the same thing with Dwayne Haskins, I just don't see us trading him unless we get a pretty good offer. I think that's going to be more later I think that's going to happen in the offseason when teams know what their future is going to be like, know what they want to do at the quarterback position. But you usually don't trade for a backup quarterback in the middle of the season unless you desperately need quarterback to play for you guys. And, you could say that with Dallas, they probably need a quarterback. But we all know we're not trading Haskins to the Dallas Cowboys. So, yeah, that's pretty much the news for today. Trade deadline is coming up on Tuesday, but a lot of the players or a lot of the big trades are probably going to happen before then, either today or tomorrow, because you need to be in the team facility for like 6 days or something like that for the protocols before you can actually play. So if we want some of these players, we're going to have to trade for them in the next couple of days. And same if we want to trade, we're probably going to do it in the next couple of days. So stay tuned for that. I don't see a huge busy trade deadline, but I could see us either trading maybe Ryan Anderson, another player, or maybe trading for a depth guy, borderline starter, or a receiver, maybe someone like John Ross. I would not be surprised at all. So I want to hear what you guys have to say. Do you want to? A lot of people don't want to trade Kerrigan, but do you want to trade Kerrigan? Do you want to trade Ryan Anderson, Haskins, or Fabian Moreau? I think those guys, those 4 players are the most likely to get traded, but the guy that I think is the most likely is probably Ryan Anderson. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash the like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and stay tuned because trades might happen soon, and I will have you updates for you guys in the near future. So thanks for watching. Like the video, and peace.